Good afternoon and welcome back to another video. So I'm actually videoing this voiceover part of the workout in my car because it's 3:30 in the afternoon and it's so dark and so dull that my house is too dark and I don't like doing like artificial lighting. So anyway, we're chatting in the car. Today's video I wanted to go over, so I posted this photo on Instagram. I posted it on my stories originally and I got a lot of DMs, a lot of questions about what it is I was doing or what I have been doing the past couple of months to go from April to October. So as you guys know, I started my kind of gaining phase, trying to grow some muscle, bit of a growing season a couple of months ago, and really wanted to focus on gaining a bit of weight and a bit of size in the terms of muscle mass. But before that I was kind of realising that my body was changing physique slightly, like it was changing in the way that I was wanting it to. So it was at that stage that I decided, right, I'm really going to hone in on this and see exactly the changes that I've been doing and really make sure I stick to doing those for another like 12 weeks or so to really take advantage of the fact that my physique was changing in the way that I wanted it to. So if you are brand new to my channel, please subscribe down below. It will take you 2 seconds, and like this video if you enjoy this type of content. But yes, I'm going to go over the 5 things that you've probably heard a million times and you know you need to do, blah de blah de blah, but it's the 5 things that truly help with growing and gaining muscle and seeing the results that you want to be seeing from your training. So I'm going to play over today's workout and kind of talk about what I've been doing whilst I have to order my breakfast bar. What I've been doing whilst showing you the kind of training that I've been doing right now. Let me just put this on silent because that's going to ruin this whole video. Okay, so first things first is you have to be so consistent with your training, which we all know, okay? So number 1 is consistency, but it's not just consistency in that you have to pick if you're training 5 times a week, 4 times a week, 3 times a week, and kind of sticking to a routine and making sure you're doing the same thing over and over again week by week so that you are staying consistent with your actual workout schedule. But it also comes down to the exercises. Like, you shouldn't be trying to do like 10 different exercises and then the next week trying to do a different 10 exercises and then the week after that trying to do another lot of exercises. I have been doing the same exercises for years, and you do them week after week and you do them month after month and you do them year after year, and you excuse me, obviously over time we do slightly change your workout plans. Right now I am following the Fit Girl Fall 2.0 workout program that's on my app. First link in the description if you want to check it out. Essentially I was doing push-pull legs for such a long time and I changed it up now that I'm doing essentially 2 upper body days, 2 lower body days, and there's a full body day as well. So it just allows you to train everything more frequently and get the results, because I don't like doing shoulders once a week or doing legs once a week or something like that. It's just not enough volume for me, and I do think a lot of people actually train that way is frequency, you know. So right now I'm doing back and chest together, legs, shoulders and arms, legs, and then there's a full body day as well. So today I actually trained back and chest, and I will show you that workout as you know as we're talking through this. But yes, consistency is so key, whether it's 5, 4, 3 days a week that you're working out, whatever way it is, but it's the exercises. You've got to stick with your exercises and you've got to then lead to point number 2, which is progressive overload. Okay, so you've got to stick to doing the same thing over and over and over again, but you've got to do it in a way that's going to allow you to progress and allow you to keep pushing your body. So number 2 is progressive overload. Progressive overload is essentially every time you train you're doing something more than you did the last workout. So if you can't do more weight, then you do extra reps or you do an extra set. So for example, if I usually do 3 sets of 10 on squats, it's 70 kilo, let's just say numbers, then next week if I can up the weight then I will do 3 sets at 70 kilo, but try and do 11 reps, 12 reps. Or if I can't do that, I will do a 4th set and just get as many reps as I can out of a 4th set. So whether you increase weight, increase sets, or increase reps, you have to progressive overload, and you just need to keep pushing your body in some kind of way. It doesn't matter which way you do it, as long as you're doing something more than you've been doing, so you're not just plateauing and staying the same. Because annoyingly, your body likes to just chill. It finds a wee equilibrium and it's like, I'm good here. And we're like, no, we want to be bigger, we want to be stronger, blah de blah de blah. Point number 2 expanded on would lead to point number 3, which is training to failure. Now, training to failure is a difficult thing to do all the time, okay? It's very tiring, it's very exhausting, but you want to be using a weight that's, it comes down to this, it comes down to like, the ego lifting is out the window these days, okay? We're not just trying to whack on as much weight as we can. We want to be doing it properly. You want to be taking your time when you're doing your exercises, and making sure that the muscle is doing the work and you're not just blah, 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 firing through it. So what I've been finding is doing a rep range for me that is challenging enough. I've kind of been aiming between anything between 6 and 12 reps. We're staying in the hypertrophy, i.e. muscle building stage, but we're also trying to stay quite heavy without sacrificing the movement and the effectiveness of the exercise. So with progressive overload, with training to failure, you want to be at a point where whatever rep range you're working with, the last rep or last 2 reps are really pushing it. You could maybe do an extra one, maybe an extra 2, but you're really at a point where you are pushing yourself, and not just going through the motions and not really engaging your muscles and not really pushing yourself too far. You want to train to failure. Now, going back to all these 3 training points, first things first, when I'm saying that you have to do the same exercises over and over and over again, obviously your workout's not going to be the exact same week by week by week, because that does get boring. You do have to change it up slightly, but having a handful of exercises that are your key moves, that you know get results, that you know work, sticking with them and just kind of rotating them around. So squats, RDLs, hip thrusts, leg press, leg extension, lunges, all these kind of exercises are like kind of top leg exercises that you want to focus on all the time. Obviously you're not going to do all of them in one workout, you want to kind of change between them, and then of course you've got like smaller accessory moves like your cable work and maybe small dumbbell work and things like that, but you want to be sticking to similar exercises, and so you can actually track your progress as well. So you'll know, oh, I failed a bit earlier this time, or I managed to do more weight this time, or I managed to do more sets or more reps this time. They're my kind of 3 training pointers, is that, because I think it's very easy to just, especially if you've been going to the gym for a long time, to just go in, kind of half-ass it, not push yourself too much, kid yourself on that you're at failure when you're not at failure, do 8 reps when you really could have done 12 reps, do 3 sets when you really could have done 4. That's how you have to push beyond that line just that wee bit, just to really see results. Now, none of that is effective if you're not eating to your goals. So my goals were to grow, thus I need more food, i.e. a calorie surplus. And a calorie surplus will change for everyone. Some people can do a 200 calorie surplus, some people might need 500 calorie surplus, some people might just go wild and do like as much food as they kind of want to eat. I wanted to do it in a way that was minimising fat gain. Obviously I'm going to put on a bit of fat at the same time, but I have been gaining weight, I feel fuller, I just feel more athletic, like I just feel more sturdy. I don't know what the word is for it, but it's like fuller, sturdier, a bit more strong in myself, rather than just like kind of skinnier and lean. I just feel better, and I definitely need to encourage you to not be scared to eat more, and think that you're going to like lose your abs or you're going to look softer or blah de blah de blah. As you're building muscle, you're going to get like thicker and juicier and delicious, and if you have a wee bit of fat with that, that's absolutely fine. If down the line you want to kind of cut back on the fat, then you can do like a mini cut. You can slowly reduce your calories back to a maintenance or whatever it is you're planning on doing, but it depends on what your goal is. Mine was to eat more. And the way I did it easily enough without kind of rethinking my whole nutritional plan, I feel like, was I stuck to the same 3 meals that I tend to eat like all the time, and then I added in a wee bit extra. So for example, breakfast pretty much stayed the same, except I maybe added like an extra 10, 15, 20 grams of oats in, and then when it got to lunchtime, I'm now actually making a smoothie along with like toast and beans, for example, whereas before it was maybe just toast and beans, and then I had a snack later, so it's toast and beans plus the smoothie. Then I'm having a protein bar snack every day, like I'm making sure I'm having that protein bar snack. If I don't have it as a snack, I will have it as my dessert, but it's an extra couple of 100 calories, it's an extra 15 grams of protein, it's sweet, it's good, it's fab. And then dinner time, what I was doing was adding a small appetizer, so it's nothing crazy. I'm not force feeding myself, I'm not overeating, I'm not trying to cram in loads of food, it's just small changes. So by the time you add in the smoothie, the time you add in the appetizer at dinner, the time you add in the protein bar, why would you do that to me? It's an extra like 500 calories or whatever you want to do, depending on how much you're eating. Your nutrition has to be on point for your goals, okay? There's no point in training really hard in the gym and then not allowing yourself to eat the way you need to eat for your goals, and it's as simple as that. Number 5 will also tie in with that, and it's a really quick short point: rest days. You need to take your rest days, and I've actually been taking more rest days than I've ever taken in my life. Kind of some of them unintentional because we've been moving house, there's been a lot going on, that's one thing, but rest days are so important. Going to the gym 7 days a week is not going to get you to your goals. Going to the gym 4 days a week will get you to your goals. You need to rest, you need to recover, you need to then be able to train at your optimal level again. So rest days are so important. I do not eat any differently on rest days. If anything, I eat more because I'm in the house and I just eat. Because that's always a common question, is do you eat less on rest days, like days you're not training? No, you do not do that. You're trying to recover, thus you need the food to recover. But in with that is sleep. And these are points that are so repetitive. Everybody tells you this is what you need to do. You need to train, you need to eat, you need to sleep. Sleep is such a huge factor. Obviously it depends on the person, right? But see me, if I'm not having 8 hours of sleep, game's a bogey. It's no, I will just not function properly in the way that I need to train. I will not digest my food the same. I just don't feel the way I need to feel. So point number 5 is the one we all hate to hear, but it's so important, and it's rest and recovery. You need to have your days off, and you need to sleep. You need to prioritise your sleep, and you just need to chill out. And no, I don't have active rest days. I don't go and say, okay, I've trained 4 or 5 times this week. On my 2 days that I'm not training, I'm going to go a 10-mile walk. That's not resting and recovering. Don't get me wrong, if you're just going to be short walk, a wee leisurely walk, you want to do something chill, then be my guest. But for me personally, I do nothing. I just don't focus on exercise at all because it's meant to be a rest. But I hope you guys find this video helpful. I do like sharing all these kind of videos with you in my gaining series, growing phase, whatever we even decided to call it. And I hope you also enjoy my weekly vlogs as well, because weekly vlogs are just so fun. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new, and like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below which of these tips you struggle with. Is there any of these 5 points that you're like, this is the area that I find the most difficult? Because I would like to know, because everybody struggles with different things. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video.